In 1990, Moreno Valley was on top. Back then, the census showed Moreno Valley as the fastest growing city in the nation. The city with the small town feel was enjoying tremendous success. Moreno Valley was booming with new homes and businesses opening left and right. Between 1960 and 1984, the population more than doubled, and as the 1980s came to a close, more than 140,000 people lived here. March Air Force Base was fully staffed, and thousands of servicemen and women called Moreno Valley home. The climate was perfect for opening up a new business.
All you had to do to make money at that time, back in the 80s for example, was show up for work. People would come to you and say, I want to buy a house, I want to sell my house. You didn't have to work for it, and people got spoiled. We had a lot of people enter, for example, went out and got their real estate license because you could make a ton of money just sitting at a desk. You didn't have to go out and farm and work, and it was amazing. It was just booming.
That prosperity didn't last, however. America fell into a recession, and as the Cold War came to a close, the United States started to cut back on defense spending. Moreno Valley was hit especially hard. With the realignment of March Air Force Base to a reserve base and defense contractors like Rocha closing its plants, Moreno Valley seemed to suffer the worst.
The Cold War ended, the defense plants closed, people lost their jobs, turned a lot of divorces, people were giving up their houses, the values had dropped, they had no equity, they walked away.
But not everyone had given up on the dream. Moreno Valley didn't turn into a ghost town. There were many who stuck it out, like Camille Meldrum, who arrived in Moreno Valley with her family in 1983 and didn't want to give up so easily.
I think the ones that stayed, one was they liked the community. I know for myself, this was home. This was where they decided that they were going to put their roots down and make a stand, and they were going to make it work.
Those that stayed, stayed because they saw a vision for Moreno Valley, and those visions are coming to fruition.
By 1999, developers and businesses began to see Moreno Valley as a viable option once again. In the last few years, the region has experienced tremendous growth, even larger than the one in the 1980s. Companies are seeing an educated, eager workforce and enthusiastic customers ready to buy their goods and services.
But really, I think that the community it's some of a renaissance, and so I think you have an opportunity to come into a community that really wants new shopping, new dining, new employment opportunities, and they realize and reap those benefits.
They see the opportunity where they're not going to fail, not only because of growth of businesses, but because of homes. The homes that are being built in Moreno Valley, they're being occupied, they're being bought. There's almost a waiting list of the homes going up.
With plenty of available land, especially on the east end of town, Moreno Valley is in a good position to offer businesses what they need most: space. Super Walmart and Super Target are just two companies who made the jump to Moval.
That's a huge market for super centers like that. It's a perfect market. Plus we can draw, or those stores will draw, from the areas outside of us.
And I think that's what the businesses are looking at too, is our accessibility. We're right at the interchange of the 215-60, so no matter what, you could go to San Diego, San Bernardino, Orange County, or Palm Springs.
Moreno Valley is still growing. This year, the U.S. Census said our city is the 6th fastest growing city in the country, with a current population of nearly 180,000. That number could hit 300,000 at full build-out, and city officials are optimistic.
As long as the economy stays solid in Southern California and the Inland Empire, I think Moreno Valley is going to be in the right position to make a lot of things happen and become a leading city in the Inland Empire.
It's a tremendous community. It has everything going for it in the right directions. The community is solid. The people are behind what's being done. The council has a good feeling of what the community really wants.
Despite the rapid growth, Moreno Valley and its residents haven't forgotten what makes our city so special.
And this is a wonderful community. It has maybe 185,000 people, but it still feels like that small community.
Sure, we've had our growing pains, but we've come out the other side, and this is just a marvelous place to live.
Moreno Valley has many things to be proud of. Our city offers residents a full range of housing options, from affordable to luxury living and everything in between. An educated and eager workforce with an estimated 24 new residents calling Moreno Valley home every day. A medical corridor with 2 full-service hospitals, including a Level 2 trauma center, dialysis center, and integrated care communities, a facility that offers a range of services from adult day health care, assisted living residences, child development, and skilled nursing. The medical corridor is also the future home for additional medical offices, which will offer a vast assortment of services. March Air Reserve Base, home to ever-expanding services such as a wing of C-17 Globemasters, the March Global Port, and multiple branches of the armed forces which train here and are stationed at the base. Our city is growing, but doing so smartly. Our newly adopted general plan provides balanced growth for both future housing and businesses. Safe neighborhoods and recreational opportunities such as a multi-use trail system, an equestrian center, a state-of-the-art conference and recreation center, and dozens of parks and recreational amenities for everyone in the family. And above all, people in government and business willing to make a difference in their community. All these factors combine to let the region and the nation know that in Moreno Valley, we mean business.